Right, that's strange. I've just started doing the stream. It's been up for over a minute. It says there's 10 people watching, but nobody's left a message. Unless the chat's broken. Alright, cool. Wow, you're the first person on. So yeah, I'm just working out if the stream's actually running properly, because... yeah, these are the first messages showing up in the chat. The one you just said, Georgia, about watching a stream before your uni lecture. And all the other messages just coming in. So yeah, the chat is broken, essentially. So hopefully all the messages now will come through. If not, I'll just have to stop doing the stream, I think, if it's gonna play up. I'm just gonna switch to the pop-out chat in case that's any different, but maybe it's just because YouTube's just censoring like every message people leaves now. I really don't know. No, pop-out chat has no more messages in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn slow mode off. Let me turn off automatically block spam messages as well. Right, let's see if that makes a difference. Well, I'm trying to do a stream, that's what's up, but it seems at the moment like YouTube's just deleting all the messages people are typing. No, never watched any of Shane Dawson's videos, so I wouldn't know what they are. I can see that one, yeah. Finish MO5 camo, let me have a look at it, and I'll tell you what I think. It's probably one I'll recognise when I see the pictures of it, but lots of camos with sort of a number in, I never remember the name of them. Oh, that's quite cool, it's basically just CAD-PAT. Yeah, very similar to CAD-PAT, it's like a flecktarn pattern CAD-PAT. Yeah, I like that. I wonder if you can get it over here, like at a reasonable price. But I do like the look of that, actually. Nah, the only finished camo coming up on eBay sadly is much older stuff. Yeah, and then no more messages will come through again, so this is very strange. I'll do a few more minutes of the stream, but if I don't get any more messages coming through properly, I'll just have to end the stream, because obviously something's broken at YouTube's end. No, I've not tried staff slings. I know what they are, but I've never sort of done them myself. The only thing I've used is a couple of pre-made slingshots, which is alright, but I've never practiced with them in ages, and I'd need to replace the bands on them now, because they've long since deteriorated. Yeah, it is strange with this, like, live stream chat. Let's have a look at that. Russian Jaeger camo. Yeah, it's fairly similar, but as I said, it's sort of similar to CAD-PAT as well, which is another camo I like. But the annoying thing with CAD-PAT is that the Canadian Army actually destroys it rather than selling it as surplus, so you can't buy proper CAD-PAT. You can only buy, like, you know, reproductions of it. Right, let's go back to the chat. No, I don't think it's that, because there's people saying they left comments and they're not turning up, and I've had more and more problems with every stream now where YouTube's also censoring comments, where somebody says, you know, they try and say something, their comment doesn't come through, and then they're like, did you see my comment? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, I'll retype it, and it doesn't come through. So I think YouTube's probably got an absolute massive list now of words you're not allowed to say in a stream where they auto-remove comments. Any Ghost filter works on a GP5, but I assume you mean Polish FP5 filters, because they work and are safe. I suppose I could do Suba, but I've not really had any more watches for a while that I've not done any videos on. No, the only mod I have on my streams is Weapon Collector, and he's not on at the moment, but I'd still see messages. Like, basically, how YouTube works is there's two kinds of, like, message censorship. What you get is you get one kind where I can see the message and then I can approve or deny it, and that's the same thing a mod would see. That's generally if there's, like, a swear word or something in it, and then nobody else can see the message until it's approved or deleted, or, you know, that person can be blocked at that stage. But there's also a thing where, like, if somebody tries to post a link or something like that, it just deletes their comment. I think for the person, the comment still shows up, but it's just obviously not in the chat. You can see that sometimes when, if you're watching a stream and the person has, like they're doing a game or something, and you know, it's one of those streams where on their screen they can see the messages coming up. You can actually see if you type a message and it doesn't come up, but the messages next to them come up. It's not to do with if you've got a mod on or not, it's just like YouTube does have it like a set of censored words and things like that which will always get deleted. And it's like if somebody always tries to post a link, that will always happen unless they're a mod. Because if anybody like now just tried to paste a link into chat, it would just auto delete their comment, but I can't even manually approve it. Like, links are totally banned by YouTube. So it's sort of like that. But yeah, it's just a bit frustrating, obviously, because quite often people are trying to leave messages, even if they're harmless ones, and YouTube's just deleting them, and I don't even know at my end that they've left a message. And I think they're getting stricter and stricter with the stuff they, you know, auto-delete, which is what's the really annoying thing, where, you know, like, more and more often people are saying, oh, you didn't reply to my message, you didn't reply to my message, and there's just none coming through. The participants thing's also broken, because if I click on that, it only shows me as being in the participants, where it says there's 19 people watching, and generally anybody who's left a message will show up in the participants for quite a while. So there should be at least 3 people or 4 or 5 people showing up in the participants list, but they're not. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, that they're definitely censoring more and more stuff, which is really frustrating as a creator, because you never know what you're actually going to be allowed to make or not. Right, yeah, see ya. Have fun with your lecture, if lectures are fun. I don't know, because I never did uni, but yeah, have fun with that. But yeah, it's like with the whole demonetization thing, isn't it? I've had loads and loads of stuff where you know, videos that should be perfectly fine get demonetized, and you're never given a reason why. Just, oh no, it's not suitable for advertisers. I don't know if I've seen his newest video. I definitely watched one of his ones he did a week or so ago, but I think he's probably done a new one that I've not had show up in my sub feed, which is pretty common with YouTube. If you made a question after that, no, it didn't show up. So paste it again in and we'll see if it comes up. Then what you need to do is, after you've asked the question, just say, make another post to say that you've asked it, because I want to see if it blocks it again. Well, it didn't show up, so it's been deleted twice now by YouTube and I've not seen it. So yeah, this is typical. It's like actually making it almost impossible for me to do streams now if like half the questions people try and ask aren't even going to show up. No, sadly, there's not much happening in this stream, it seems, because it seems YouTube's deleting loads and loads and loads of people's messages, so I can't even read their comments. Is the T-35 the Italian gas mask from World War II that's a bit like the French M51? I'll have a look. And have a look. Yeah, very similar to the French M51, isn't it? I've not got a T-35, so you know, I can't say whether it's good or bad, but if it's like the M51, it's probably okay. I suppose the T-35 is technically the one that's in Fallout 4, isn't it? Although, you know, I always assume that was the M51, but the straps match the T-35 rather than the M51. Well, I'm not going to use Twitch because obviously I do my streams on YouTube. That totally defeats the point. For all the people asking about Twitch, because I'm not like a game streamer primarily. I just do the stream so people on YouTube can see it. But you know. Some people have success using Israeli filters on GP5s. Personally, my one, it does not work on any of my Soviet masks, and if you force it on there, you'll break the thread, rendering your mask useless. So I'd personally just get a Polish FP5 filter and not use a GP5. Well, a hard hat would offer you some protection, but a hard hat is going to break, unlike a riot helmet, on after the first couple of impacts, especially if it was with a spiked weapon, whereas an actual riot helmet... The closest thing to a riot helmet that isn't a riot helmet is a expensive motorcycle helmet. No, I have no issue with my Jaguar crossbow, at least not the modern ones. But I always down power them, like because I prefer them with lower, you know, power prods, because that way the parts last longer, and they're actually more fun to shoot because you're not, you know, putting as much effort in to load it each time. Yeah, no worries. I don't think it's somebody deliberately messing with me, Slingshot Warrior. I think it's just how over the top some of these censorship sort of things have gotten, where regular messages just can't come through. I mean, I'm getting more things now, but I still want to see, does the participants actually show anybody as being in it? No, it's still only showing me as the only participant in the chat. Or just F5 my page and see if that makes a difference. Yep, now I've refreshed it again. Everybody's showing who's commented recently in the participants, so maybe that'll work better. I don't think they're the KGB as such, but you know, it's like I said, the main thing is just frustration with a lot of platforms like this, where you just can't, you know, do a lot of stuff because either they do an update that breaks something, or you know, like I say, the things get too over the top with auto-deleting comments and whatever else. Because obviously it now considers people saying hi and hello to be spam because of all the people that I didn't see anybody at the start of the stream say hi or hello, and then everybody's like, no, I left a message saying hello, but they'd already deleted it. Yeah, lots of prepping and gun channels have all been demonetized now. £30 I'd say if it has no bag and no filter. You really don't want to go above that. But the thing is with S10s is that the bags can be bought really cheaply anyway, so it's not like the satchel really adds much to the value of the mask. No, I don't sell FP5 filters. I don't sell anything. You can get them on eBay though. I think generally more than one seller has them in. B-Store has them in again, I think. No, I think sadly, if you're anywhere like on the American continent, you're probably going to have to end up paying quite a lot for the import on them, so it's probably not worth doing it. Yeah, you might actually have to get a stringer for it. I don't know, they might come included with stringers now, but that's basically where you get a slightly longer string that you put on the crossbow, because you don't have to bend the limbs very much to get this longer string on. You cock it using the longer string, then while the crossbow's cocked with the longer string, you can thread the regular string on, then you dry fire it, which is okay because it's not fully cocked the bow, and then yeah, it works. You know, I'd recommend then you just probably get some sort of hardware mask, if there's lots of laws regarding like respirators and things like that. Do you mean a Mark 7 helmet, Shackleton? 50 quid's alright for a Mark 7 if it's in good condition. But otherwise you're going to need a couple of people helping you bend the bow while somebody puts it on. But yeah, if you're in a country where lots of that kind of stuff is like banned from sale, the best thing to do is just buy like a paint spraying mask, because they can't really put laws on those because people need them for jobs. So get those with the correct filters, and then they work the same way as a military gas mask. Yeah, the Mark 7's sort of interesting. It's obviously better than the Mark 6 helmet, but supposedly it's still not Kevlar 3A as much as it's meant to be. So yeah, just be aware if you plan on using it for anything. It's not as good as a Pascut or anything like that. Yeah, if it's legal there, then that's good, but yeah, sadly things like that are totally illegal here. Well, if you had a full face paint spraying mask, you know, one that covers your eyes as well, is just a military style NVC gas mask. You just need to make sure you've got the right filters on it. And ABEC P3 filters are pretty much the same thing as an NVC or a CBRN filter. Yeah, it seems like less messages are getting deleted now, at least, because I can actually read and reply to them. But I don't know though, for however many messages I'm seeing, there might be a lot that are disappearing. Not really, only to the degree water does, apparently. So, when you hear a lot of stories like somebody saying, oh, because somebody pissed on a cloth and put over their mouth, it protected them from a gas, it wouldn't protect them any more than a damp, regular cloth would. Just for the simple reason that, you know, lots of the chemical agents, especially weak things like chlorine, if they have to pass through water, then that kind of neutralises to a degree some of the gas. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, at the moment I'm not even buying anything from outside the UK, just because I think I've said before, customs have stolen a lot of my parcels before, so I really don't trust them. I've had absolutely loads of issues with customs, sadly. But yeah, stuff missing, stuff obviously that's been nicked, stuff arriving that's been damaged by somebody in customs opening it and like slamming the parcel back together. Stuff that's disappeared for months and months and months. I've got a refund from the seller from abroad, and then all of a sudden the parcel turns up, like, you know, nearly a year later, where customs stamps have obviously, it came in within a week of ordering the thing, and then customs have sat on it. No, NBC equipment has no bulletproof capabilities. With a lot of stuff, if customs have stolen something, you're not getting it back because it's not officially, you know. How are you gonna deal with that? My parcel's gone missing. Okay, where is it? Oh, you stole it. Oh, can you prove that? No. I've never seen Capri Suns here for years. I don't know if they even still sell them. I wonder if it's actually still sold in the UK. Yeah, apparently you can still get Capri Sun in the UK, but I've just not seen it for absolutely ages. Yeah, especially I think importing something like a crossbow is really going to cause a problem, even if somebody didn't steal it at customs. You're then going to run into the issue of, you know, are you importing a weapon? But yeah, like I said, I could rant for ages about customs just because, yeah, I've had so many problems with things I've imported that a lot of the time I don't bother. Just because, you know, I always think I'm risking my money with no, like, way of getting it back if I buy something and customs takes it. Because I think officially if customs sees something, they send you a letter to tell you that they've taken it or they've seized it. And, you know, and then you have the option of, like, maybe appealing it or, like, taking it to court or something like that. But yeah, like I'm saying, there's also what I've had the issue of is just something blatantly being damaged by customs, or you know, just somebody working in customs decides, oh, I'll have that, and they steal it. But yeah, I've spoken to other people who have problems with customs, so I don't think it's like isolated cases. I think there is probably just a lot of corruption. No, because there's no market. Well, there's not a market for it, but the thing is, like, you can't even get proper bulletproof stuff for military grade equipment, like, in terms of, unless you're having a massive, like, ceramic plate carrier, you're not going to get something that's going to stop rifle rounds, so there's no way in how a gas mask or an NBC suit could stop rifle rounds. I wouldn't mind getting a replica or deactivated sort of grenade type thing, but I've never seen any for sale for ages. But that would be something I think would be quite fun to have. Because, yeah, I've seen ones that are either, like, really realistic kind of resin ones, or they're sort of, you know, the actual metal ones, just with the inside, I guess. Somebody's drilled in, taken all the explosives out, and then they've kind of re-welded it shut. But sadly, maybe that's one of those things the laws got stricter on in the last few years, and you can no longer get. Other than the halberd I built not very long ago, no, not really, because I'm crap at woodwork and stuff like that. I'll have a look at that, thanks, Shackleton. As long as the filters, you store them with the plugs in, there's not too much you can do wrong with storing filters. I guess don't store them in anywhere that's humid, because if there's like more water vapour than normal in the air, I think that could probably cause them to break down faster. I got mine from D&B Militaria. I'll put a link in the chat as usual. But getting deactivated guns in the UK now, the prices are just going up and up for, you know, deactivated guns that do a lot less because of all the new laws brought in against them, so I probably won't bother getting any more. Stuff being exported from the UK is normally fine. It's when you order stuff into the UK. Nearly always eBay. Unless I actually happen to walk into a surplus store and they've got something interesting in. But nearly always eBay. If it was a proper new Avon one, they should come with all the, like, the box for them. Yeah, so I think it's because it's been opened from the box, that's why it's not got a plug. You can put like duct tape over it. Oh, sadly, the law's already changed to the point where, like with my deactivated guns, I can't do anything with them. I can't legally sell them if I wanted to, because after I bought all mine, they changed the law to say that they're not actually classified as deactivated guns anymore. And while they're legal to still own, like they put a grandfathering kind of thing in, I can't actually sell them or do anything with them unless I get them re-deactivated, which would cost me over £100 per gun. And mean, you know, they do even less in an extent, you know, more drilling and welding would have to be done to them. So that's totally screwed me over on that. Yeah, it's earlier today because I have to go out later. I always just like the bill hook slingshot warrior because that's an agricultural tool that was later turned into a polearm, similar to a halberd. Yeah, I've always liked bill hooks. Have you seen Richard Weaponsmith's bill hook he made? That's pretty good. Where he welded one together himself and tested it, and, you know, it punctured everything he put it into, and he could chop logs with it. Yeah, I generally like quite a lot of different halberd designs. I'll have a look while I've got D&B Militaria over to see if they've got anything new in that looks cool. Some of the launchers look quite good on there, but I wouldn't have actually space to keep them anywhere. Well, original agricultural bill hooks were like scythes. They were for generally like cutting wheat and things like that, and you had the bill hook that was just a little handheld one, like a very small machete or sickle. And then you had the longer bill hooks, which were designed, I guess, for like cutting things down from trees, or, you know, cutting things at a height. And then the military bill hooks are where they've basically taken the main sort of cutting edge of the blade, and then they've got the sort of spike and reverse beak on, so they become a halberd, but they're just the original bill hook shape rather than actually being a halberd with the axe blade. Right, let's look at what launchers they've got on there. The cheapest one on there is the Milan launcher tube. Oh, your previous message didn't come through. Grimamet, however it's pronounced, because it looks like YouTube's auto deleted it as usual with lots of the messages in the stream. Yeah, what Tyler? Sadly, those peasants' revolts never went anywhere, they were crushed. Yeah, YouTube has basically been ruining this stream because loads and loads and loads of the messages people have been trying to leave are just not coming through on this stream. So, yeah, I'll probably finish the stream off in a few minutes, to be honest, because I don't think there's much point going for an hour today when lots of the messages just aren't coming through. I'll have a quick Google to see if there's a solution, but I doubt there's anything I can do. Yeah, other people have reported it as a problem, but again, no solutions. GP4 filters would contain asbestos, yes, because every Soviet filter had asbestos in. But the actual hose does not have asbestos cloth on, though. Yeah, I've been asked over and over, yes, there will be a Halloween special this year, and the Halloween falls on a Wednesday or something, doesn't it, I think? Yeah, Halloween falls on a Wednesday this year, so at 5 PM UK time there will be a Halloween special video. Well, both of them, I assume both had asbestos in. German filters did have asbestos in, despite people saying, oh, Germany knew not to use asbestos. I mean, I've not dissected any World War II filters, but you don't want to breathe through any World War II filters. Or the gas mask are from eBay. I think paratroopers are always pretty cool, but I know paratroopers are somewhat outdated now. I mean, not obviously obsolete, because there's still been some quite recent famous paradroppings that have been sort of, you know, tactically quite advantageous, but you know, like air cavalry and paratroopers are pretty cool. But yeah, I have got a Halloween video planned, but I've not filmed it yet. I assume I'll probably film it next week. If not, it'll be filmed the week after. But yeah, I should be able to. It'll obviously be done before Halloween. Yeah, I think it was the invasion of Granada, wasn't it, though? That was the last, like, really famous, sort of massive paradrop they did, because it was totally unexpected. They were expecting a big amphibious landing, but then they used the paratroopers to secure all the airfields. Yeah, I'm aware of some of them, Comrade Sergey, because I see him on Instagram. But anyway, yeah, I'll finish this stream off now because, like I was saying, unfortunately, for whatever reason, this stream loads and loads and loads of the questions have just been deleted, which means that there's not enough messages coming through to sort of actively chat with people. And yeah, the frustrating thing is it doesn't even tell me that a message has been deleted. So, you know, there's just long periods where nobody posts anything. My favourite NBC suit is the Polish, I think it's called OP1 suit. However, or L1 suit, sorry, no, L1 suit, like as in Lima. But if you watch my videos, what I prefer is the like where I've done the homemade one, where I use the top part of an L1 suit, but the bottom part is fishing waders, and that's far more comfortable and actually more secure than using a proper NBC suit. So yeah. Right, thanks for watching, the people that are watching. Annoyingly, obviously, lots of you have probably tried to comment and your comments have just been deleted by YouTube. I have no idea why. But as I said, it's pretty frustrating at my end that people can't actually, you know, comment and I can't reply to them. So, there won't be another stream till next week now. I'll probably do a Stalker stream next week because I was going to do a Stalker stream today, but then thought because I'm doing stuff today I didn't know if I necessarily had time to play something. But if they're deleting messages, probably playing a game is better than trying to do a Q&A stream, because at least that way there's stuff for people to watch while I'm waiting for questions to come in. But yeah, thanks everybody who joined in, and I will see you whenever, and obviously video tomorrow at 5 PM as usual. So see you then.